Anyone that's watching, I do apologise, and I'll be honest. It's been Christmas. It's been a busy period. Not really watched that much football, so we're gonna be winging it, chatting a bit of football here and there, and yeah, for the last episode of that is fitting for us though. For the last episode of the year is just a clusterfuck of shit. No real structure or whatever like that. We might as well just we'll kick it off. But what's been happening, boys? Honestly, what's been happening in the
We've
football?
not even done the intro yet.
Oh yeah, shit. Okay.
Oh goodness.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Footy Fetish podcast for the last time in 2021 with myself, Alfie, Ollie, and H. What's good, boys? How was your Christmases?
Lovely.
Good. Yeah, it was good. It was good, actually.
Good. You weren't working, were you, H?
No, I actually closed this year on Christmas Day.
Oh, beautiful, man.
You'd
Beautiful.
love to see it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. But have you been in work since, or are you off between?
Yeah, no, this is my first day off today since Christmas Day.
Oh,
I've done
nice.
The last few.
Nice. What you guys got? Go on, Ollie.
I was going to say, you working New Year's?
No, I'm doing New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve.
Fair enough.
You got big plans for New Year's H, or is it just a chilled one?
House party, boy.
Yay!
Yeah. What about yourself?
Nice. Just having a little gathering at mine with some friends. Ollie's coming with some friends and people like that, and just
With some friends and Ollie.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're just gonna have a chill one. I think have some drinks, play some games. We got like every Christmas, my family buy like an absolute shed load of board games and stuff like that, and like random stuff. So I think we're just gonna be doing that. There's one that we've got where it's like challenges, and you like bet on it. And there's like one where you got a cup, you have to lay down with a cup on your head, and you have to get to your feet without it falling off, and like all that kind of stuff as well. And it gets quite jokes when you're drunk. But
we've got the rap kid with us. He says, "Happy New Year, y'all."
Big up, Rap Kid. Happy New
no
Year,
Farrakhan for you. Hope your Christmas is good, and have a good New Year's, man. But we will now talk about some football. So yeah, it's been a pretty hectic Christmas schedule for some, not for others. You know, there's been some cancellations, obviously. I guess one of the big talking points, I guess, around the football is just how fucking moany these managers are, boys. Yeah. It's insane. It was the Germans, isn't it? It's the Tuchel and the Klopp, basically. Is that it, or is it Pep as well? Has Pep been moaning? He seems like someone.
He's not been too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's moaning about how many subs we should have, which is also stupid.
Yeah.
Rangnick is the only German who comes to mind that hasn't been complaining about anything.
I know I did see Rangnick saying that he kind of likes it, right? The tradition and everything. He's like, we should respect the tradition and stuff. You might see Klopp do a U-turn because, you know, he's a Ralph Flick bum boy, isn't he? He loves them, so you never know. But
Arteta's not said too much. He's just gone and gotten himself COVID instead. So.
Yeah, well, same with Vieira, mate. He just not really said too much, just gone and got himself. I think Vieira did say something along the lines of, because they had a managers meeting, and I saw a quote from Vieira saying, he's like, often when you go to meetings, when you're done with the end of the meeting, you know what the meeting was about. He's like, unfortunately, I still have no idea what the meeting was about. So it looks like nothing got done in that meeting.
It was only a matter of time before someone said this, but the Rap Kid said, by the way, y'all are turning into the Farmers League.
What Premier League?
The Premier League, yeah. Thinking that City run away with it every year and everything like that. But
Championship, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Not a big Farmers League because Palace are in there, and a bias.
Yeah. Well, we might be a Farmers League in terms of we're the best league, but yeah. Other than that, with the
Premier League is Farmers League, then there are no real leagues.
Yeah, exactly. The pinnacle of league football.
What the hell is the SPL if we're the Farmers League? Jesus. Sunday League, isn't it?
The Shepherds
That's
League.
the Farmyard Animals League.
Okay. Animal Farm. But yeah, so looking at the table now, I guess you are kind of right. I didn't realise they're 8 points clear. What's happened? I was like, Chelsea and Liverpool were just absolute bottle jobs, aren't they?
Basically. Liverpool have only got one game in hand, but still, that's only going to take them 6 points behind.
Yeah.
People just are not learning their lesson about squad depth year after year after year.
FSG don't count, man. Don't care, sorry. They just don't care.
And for a club that boast about their youth and how good their squad depth is, it's really not actually
their
very
youth
impressive.
is not that good. Their youth players are not that good.
Yeah.
I don't get the hype around people.
Like I don't want to be like, I'm looking at like Curtis Jones. I'm sorry, Curtis Jones doesn't start week in week out for Palace. I'm not being funny. He doesn't.
No.
Like
I think the only
That's
one
serious.
that was actually going to go anywhere out of their youth, other than obviously like your Trents and stuff, but you can't really include him now, I don't think,
Big Harvey.
is Harvey Elliott. He's the only real one that has made sort
I
of a
would
big
love.
impact.
I would love Harvey Elliott at Palace. Oh my god, I think he was infuriating when he had the man bun, but now he's done. Now he's got rid of the man bun. I actually quite like him.
Yeah, exactly. I feel exactly
But
the
you know
same way.
as well, like when someone like Nico Williams plays, the fans be like, "Oh yeah, he had a good game," but they're sound like really surprised about it.
Yeah,
It's like because the bar is a lot lower. If they
Did
do
you-
one
Yeah.
or two good things, or they don't fuck up.
Did you see his
People are like, "Oh, he had
stats
a really
the other
good game."
day in the was it the Carabao Cup game? He was he gave the ball away 26 times.
oh my god,
That is awful.
that is terrible.
That is
Criminal. For a centre back, that's criminal.
exactly.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't be doing that,
disgusting.
man. It's so bad. See, they still won and everything, but still, like, I think that's sort of Liverpool for you, though.
But mate, it's not. It's just Liverpool, the manager, the fans. I don't know what's happening. Like I used to really like Liverpool, and like the whole. There was something about them that was so intriguing and so like you could get behind them. Now they're just completely insufferable. Like it's insane, and like I don't know. It's Klopp's just turned into the most moany guy in the league. Like, yeah, the team. I think without. Did you see the post I put into the social? Like the big chances missed. Like as good as those players have been. They've all missed an incredible amount. I think it was a 10, 11, 11, I think, for Salah, Mane and Jota.
I think it was 2 10s and 1 11. I think it was 31 chances, big chances
Big
they've
chances
missed.
Yeah.
That speaks to how many chances Liverpool create, though.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, yeah.
Mad.
Well, they've scored
it's-
50 goals so far this season. And imagine if there was another 31 to go on top of that.
Yeah, I mean, you're only 6 points behind them, Ollie. There's a serious...
We're closer to Chelsea than Chelsea are to City.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. We will come on to you boys very soon, because I'm sure you're going to want to talk about these guys. You're doing fantastic at the moment. But, like, there's a real possibility that with the African Cup of Nations coming, you could catch Liverpool and overtake them.
Yeah, well, we'll be missing 3 players, 2 of which don't really play that much anymore anyway. Aubameyang, El Neni don't really play that much anymore, and Thomas Partey. Yeah,
Partey could be a bit of a miss.
Yeah.
Your midfield is going to get quite thin, innit, for those few. Because I feel like you take El Neni and Partey. Who else you got? Like Lokonga, Xhaka, to play that defensive role. Is it them two basically?
Basically, yeah. You could probably play like a Maitland-Niles in there somewhere, but it wouldn't be a great option for us. But yeah.
I wonder if you could put like I don't have. I mean, there's no reason for why I'm saying this. Like I'm not seeing anything. But what about like just Kieran Tierney seems to me to be a player that you could probably plug in, play most positions, and he could do something. I don't know if that's just the vibe he gives off, or if he could actually do it. Do you know what I mean? Gives off that James Milner-esque vibe.
Be the workhorse.
Yeah, exactly. Could be, or maybe you guys go out in January and try and sign someone.
Yeah, well, we're looking at a couple of options at the moment. But yeah, obviously we'll go into that a bit more when we move on to Arsenal.
Yeah, well, the transfer. I'll tell you what, we might as well quickly discuss a little bit of transfer gossip because there has been some stuff going around the around the Tinternet. Obviously, I don't know if you guys have seen, but Everton are very much in the front running to sign Coutinho. Their fans must be absolutely gutted that this board has not learned. They are going to get another player that is past his prime on huge wages and sacrificing the future again. Like, did they?
And ex-Liverpool.
And ex-Liverpool, and they just
gone by the summer.
yeah. I mean, if you're an Everton fan, you must be just. I don't know if you're fuming or you past fuming because it's been going on for so long. Like, have you just sort of given up all hope? Because, damn, their owners just do not know what to do they?
No.
I mean,
not at all.
I can see. Yeah, I don't know. It's just stupid, man. Surely at the end of this season, the players like Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison have got to be looking like, are we going to get out of it?
Yeah.
Or like Lucas Dean. Chelsea are looking at bringing in Lucas Dean because it's been announced that Chilwell's out for the rest of the season.
Those three especially can play for much more effective clubs than
Yeah,
Everton.
Arsenal should just go out and get Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, I was going to say the rumours are growing about that at the moment. Yeah, obviously with his injury and stuff that's been going on throughout the first half of this season, I don't think we should be rushing to get him in January. But I think definitely in the summer if he can get obviously get fit and get better and stay fit.
I think
that's a really good idea.
It's a great idea. Well. Yeah, I think that it's a great move for him. Obviously, I guess would you say maybe in recent years the Everton-Arsenal gap's not been too big, but right now, I mean, Arsenal 4th, Everton 15th, that gap could not get any bigger, really. Yeah. So, I mean, and it's Arsenal. Like, at the end of the day, we banter Arsenal all the time about what the current state of the club is. They still have pull for just being Arsenal.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so, like, you can't knock that. But yeah, it'd be interesting. What else did I see? Obviously, Ferran Torres, I mean, that's complete. He's off to Barcelona. Still can't. I think it. Yeah, as Pilaqueta looks like he's going off to Barcelona as well. It's very sad.
In the summer, though, not in Jan. He signed a statement of intent or whatever it is, or agreed a deal in principle to go to Barca in summer.
I've seen that Rudiger's looking at potentially signing a deal in whatever it is, to sign with Real Madrid in principle. So that would be kind of interesting. Chelsea are just not nailing these guys down. Yeah,
that's the thing.
But yeah.
At the beginning of the season, you would have said that they would have done a lot of or anything to keep Rudiger, because he still is doing quite well for them. But I think he's slacked off a little bit, but that's only really to be expected. He wasn't an amazing player before this season, so you can't really expect him to sort of maybe continue all this form throughout the whole season. But
they still got a lot of players at Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
and easily got the money to replace people if they need to.
Mate,
but you got people like Christensen, who's good centre back. You sort of Thiago Silva still getting on a bit.
He's still performing.
Chalobah.
Yeah.
Sarr.
Chalobah, of course. Yeah.
They got players out on loan.
Yeah.
Is Zuma on loan or permanent?
But Zuma was permanent. Livramento has a buyback clause for like 20 million. They could potentially look at bringing back Livramento from Southampton. He looks like a very good young player as well. English as well. Love to see it.
Maybe Tomori will have a buyback clause as well.
I don't know. I know that they have first refusal on Gay. So if we want to sell Gay, Chelsea, or like if any deals whatever come in,
they have a chance to match it.
They have a chance to match it to then him go back to Chelsea, but that's not going to happen with the way Gay's been playing. Like, hopefully he's going to be in there for the long haul. But yeah, like you look at if they do lose, they lost Pilaqueta, they lose Rudiger. Thiago Silva's getting up there in age a bit. We know they have these assets, they have money, and they have these young stars. But if you think about it, could they potentially regret the deals of Tomori and Gay because they're going to have to pay out big money in it to get some good centre backs in, and we've seen that Tomori and Gay are both both Premier League standard centre backs that can develop into something really well. So, I don't know, it should be interesting. And maybe
Chilwell's out for the whole season. Yeah. So that's going to have an impact.
They've got to sign a left back in January. So yeah, I don't know, it'd be interesting. But I mean, it's Chelsea. They'll probably just throw 300 million or something at this, and then just be like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. We're just going to get everyone in. It's fine. Bloody oligarchs. But yeah, should be. Yeah, but that's Chelsea obviously second, like we were saying just a minute ago. I think before we started, Chelsea are just bottling it. They started so well. I think they were leading the Premier League for a good long time, weren't they? And they're just absolutely bottling it.
Well, they'd only conceded 1 goal in the first 10 games or something.
Yeah, nuts. Edouard Mendy, ever since that, what was the game where he had was it West Ham? He was horrendous, wasn't he?
I think so,
yeah, they lost 3-2. Masuaki scored a cross.
Yeah, ever since that game, he's looked rattled back there in between the sticks. So I don't know.
He really has. We've got a couple of comments as well. Rutgers says, "What happened to Eze?" And there is a rumour going around about Theo Hernandez to Man City.
It's Lucas that's Prison FC now, isn't it? Lucas Hernandez is Prison FC. Yeah. His brother. Eze is still he was back from his injury. But is being slowly blended back into the team by Vieira. But now he's gone and got himself COVID, so he's probably got another 10 days out or whatever. So yeah, we'll see him. But there's no rush. I don't want to rush him back.
A bit of extra recovery for his body as well.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'd be fine if Eze sat out the whole season just to get himself full fit. I know it sounds mental, but we could probably be fine and do without him for the rest of the year, just to be all right with how Will Hughes and Conor Gallagher are playing right now. In that sense, and with James McArthur coming back, Kiarte's putting an absolute shift. So, barring obviously, I'd love to see him come back and just tear it up again. But it's not in an urgent it's mad that Palace aren't in a place where they need to urgently rush back a key player. It's
Yeah.
mental. I don't know how. This is the first time maybe ever. This has been like this, so gotta be kind of happy. But yeah, all right. Let's get on to your boys. Probably the most informed outside of Man City, the most informed team inside the top 5 right now. It's got to be Arsenal. Just killing it, man. The young boys are killing it. Ødegaard is looking fantastic. I've got to say he's come on leaps and bounds. Obviously Smith Rowe. Is he just coming back from injury? That's why he's not starting and coming off the bench. Is that he's getting slowly put back into the team, Ollie?
I think it's a combination of a few things really. I think they don't want to burn him out. Obviously, he was playing most games of like the full 90, if not at least sort of 70, 80 minutes or whatever. And I think they don't want to burn him out too quickly. He's still very young. And I believe, he was ill. I'm not sure if it was COVID, but he was ill. So obviously he's been sort of benched for a bit.
Yeah.
But there's a number of players at the moment that are really sticking out for us. Like as I'm thinking of his name, the Rap Kid says, I'm a big fan of Martinelli. As am I.
Hey.
He's really doing well at the moment.
Potential striker, Martinelli.
If he can stay fit, definitely. I wouldn't say.
I think him and Lacazette could be a nice little tandem just for the rest of this season. I think you'll be fine. You don't need to splash out in the January. If you can keep them two fit, that's a nice little tandem to play.
That's the only thing. I think I'd rather still maybe look at someone in Jan just in case, because obviously Martinelli, he's only like 20 odd, but he's had a fair amount of injuries since he's been at Arsenal. But when he is fit, he plays extremely well. So yeah, I'm happy to sort of see him perform like that. And obviously, go back to Smith Rowe. Happy that the last 2 games where he's come on as a sub, he scored in both of them as well. So he's performing off the bench as well as starting, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Saka seems to be stepping it up at the moment. He had a bit of a shaky start to the season, I think, but he seems to be coming in good for us.
I think he just had a Euros hangover, and it's just sort of
probably.
He'll be even better at Liverpool.
Yeah, well, when he goes to Liverpool, along with everyone else.
And yourself, you can let us know firsthand.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be your man on the inside. But yeah, I think the defensive partnership with Gabriel and Ben White is really getting sort of quite strong now. I see him a lot on social media, like calling each other brother, and like they just act like they're best mates and stuff at the moment, which is, you can really see they're starting to gel quite well at the moment. Tomiyasu again doing really well. I think he's quite frankly changed our defence really. We've struggled for a right back over the last few seasons, like really struggled. Obviously we had Bellerin who was injured, and then he was obviously just wasn't the same player when he came back. We had Maitland-Niles who wasn't really even a right back. He doesn't not really wanted to play anyway. Callum Chambers, a number of players that just haven't fitted well there, and now obviously we've got Tomiyasu. He really seems to be doing the job for us.
And even Ben White filled in at right back the other day, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
not a bad little, not a bad shift.
Tavares and Tierney. Obviously, I think Tierney needed that bit of competition from Tavares to keep him keep him on his toes really, and obviously it paid off because he scored the other day, Tierney. So yeah, I think it's all moving in the right direction really. And as much as this is it's meant to be a long-term plan with obviously all these bringing these young guns in, I'm happy that it's working out now as well, because hopefully if this is a long-term plan and it's working out now, we can just carry this momentum forward, and we're only going to build and get better. So yeah, I'm happy with the way things are going at the moment really. Not to obviously forget Ramsdale, who's been fantastic for us in goal this season as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way things are going.
Ramsdale's making it tough to not have him as England's starting keeper right now. Just pure. I know Pickford hasn't been bad, but I just think the upside of Ramsdale's... Well, I can't believe I'm saying this from what we were saying at the beginning of the season, but the upside of Ramsdale at the moment is just so much higher than Pickford.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. I think Pickford's still my number one right now.
He's always performed well for England, no matter what he's doing for Everton. So I think that's kind of where it's a bit of a grey area, really. You don't really know 100% what you're going to get. And obviously, Gareth Southgate with his I'm not going to pick him on form and everything like that. I'm going to pick him on obviously whatever he said.
He said he'd pick people on merit, and
on merit,
I don't understand how. And he doesn't. So I don't know why he's chatting shit to us, but he doesn't chat people. He doesn't, because if he had done, there would have been a few other names in the England team that was called up last time than there was.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure, but I think he's going to have a tough job on his hands picking the squad for the World Cup. I think because I think it was quite hard with some of the names that were included for the Euros, let alone obviously the World Cup, where you're seeing obviously players like Gallagher and Smith Rowe, just to name two, that are really showing their worth at the moment. And who knows what's going to happen.
I really just, with Luke Shaw injured and Ben Chilwell out, I am right. Well, Luke Shaw's still injured, right? I think
don't know.
so.
I can't remember. I haven't really watched much United recently.
Yeah, well, with Luke Shaw and Ben Chilwell out, I know Gareth's got his eyes on Tyreek Mitchell, and I'm just crossing my fingers that lad gets in, because he's been fantastic this year. Did anyone see his ball to Edouard for that Mateta goal? For the second Palace goal, it was outrageous.
I didn't see the ball, no. But...
down the line, it was just beautiful. But hopefully
just
get in.
On the conversation of Palace, that kid said, "Is Gallagher at Palace better than Grealish at Villa?"
Oh, no. Let's not go too crazy.
Not
I love Gallagher, and I'm one of the most biased dons in the world when it comes to Palace, but I can't get involved in that.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Luke Shaw is fit.
Tyreek Mitchell's better than Luke Shaw anyway.
He's also said Arsenal's technical ability is very impressive. I know.
It is very impressive. It is very impressive. But yeah, Arsenal looking good, hopefully. This Valjovic guy, I know he's supposed to be pretty good, but not being funny. If he's like playing at Fiorentina right now and turning his nose up at Arsenal, I don't even know why Arsenal would want him.
Exactly. That's the
like, you can't be doing that, brother. You can't be doing that. You need to know your play. Like, I know, whatever, you can have your. You need to know if you're playing at Fiorentina, brother. That's a huge step up to play at Arsenal from Fiorentina. Like, you're not even in the top 10 teams in the Serie A. That might be bullshit, but I'm gonna commit to it anyway. And then you're talking about top 4 team in the Premier League. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, if that's his attitude, I wouldn't want him as a. I don't
really want him if he's going to be like that. I don't want any player that doesn't want to be there.
No, absolutely.
Like, what's the point? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Obviously in January with Aubameyang, and obviously this proposed move to Juve, and there's obviously a couple of Juve players that we're looking at the moment as well. So who knows? I think
Fiorentina are 7th.
Huh?
Fiorentina are 7th.
They're still not top 10. They're still not top 10.
Obviously I think Arsenal and Juve are going to be looking to do each other a couple of favours. Obviously in January, hopefully, if not in the summer. So,
Is there any names? Any particular names?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't remember. Ramsey's one of them. I saw someone else earlier.
I actually don't hate that. If you get him on a substantial wage cut, I don't hate the Aaron Ramsey signing.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's been a gap in the midfield since he left, isn't it?
Yeah.
So who better to plug the Aaron Ramsey shape?
That was tough. I feel like they lost Ramsey and Santi Cazorla so close together, and it just hurt Arsenal big time, didn't it? Like,
Santi Cazorla was sick.
He was
everyone loved him. Everyone liked him.
He was sick, man. He was so. He's still playing. I just can't remember where he is. I think he's at Villarreal or something, or.
Might be. I know he definitely. That's who he played for before, right?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, something like that. What else happened?
It was. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I played the guitar.
What is it?
Kuleveshki?
Yeah.
Kulevushki, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He's one of them. Apparently they're looking for...
What about Benacer or anything like that? Have you been in for him, or?
I'm not sure. Don't think so.
I do love a bit of Benacer.
Apparently they're looking for anywhere between 29 to 33 mil. That's pounds, I suppose.
Bentancur. Rodrigo Bentancur would be really good fucking signing.
Roma are looking at Maitland-Niles as well. So are Everton, apparently.
Ooh. We're looking at Sam Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Dean Henderson. But I don't. I mean, I'd rather have Sam Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look at them.
Apparently, Coutinho favours a move to Arsenal over.
Harry. I don't want to be that guy, but I've just seen the Palace are eyeing up John Swift.
Do it. Honestly, do it. Free John Swift.
I'd love
every
that.
Every Reading fan I spoke to wants him to play in the Prem, and we ain't going to give it to him.
We have got no one that could take a free kick as well, so I would absolutely adore that. That just John Swift, James MacArthur, and Gallagher. Oh, like give me that. But yeah, I know. Do you remember Montreal from? He was at Real Madrid. I think he's been at Valencia and that as well. Young Spanish striker. We're looking at him. I don't really know too much about him, but out of them, give me John Swift, man. That'd be dope. Damn, that's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen though.
Apparently, Arsenal are interested in Tariq Lamptey as well.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
He's like a left back. He's a left back though.
Yeah, obviously we don't want too much competition for the left back place, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. What's else been happening? Oh yeah, fucking Liverpool lost to Leicester after getting their game postponed thanks to Klopp's bitching, and Leicester played like 48 hours before that game, and they still lost to Leicester. Lol. Yeah, that is bloody hilarious. Like, what is Liverpool? Hey, Liverpool, they're not good. City have won the league. City have won the league. Let's be honest. Like, it's just that's what it is.
It's looking that way, but yeah, you never know really. I think there's still obviously time. We're only just halfway through the season, so there's still a lot of time for things to change. But if Chelsea are going to keep having these
points.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen it happen this
Chelsea are just getting too many of these stupid draws, like obviously the one against Burnley, the one against Brighton, Southampton as well, I think they drew against. Yeah, so there's been a number of those draws that they're just getting at the moment, which there should be easy 3 points. But I think as much as obviously, their result yesterday wasn't the result they were looking for. They're very much obviously Lukaku's coming back. He came back from injury and the illness and all that sort of stuff, and he seems to be scoring again now. So hopefully things improve for them, but you never know. Sorry, Liverpool, trash.
Yeah, look, just poor. Who they got next? They've got Chelsea next. Oh, that is a big game on the 2nd.
If they draw that and City win, then it's even bigger.
Yeah, you guys have to beat City.
Big weekend of football, actually. Got Arsenal versus City, Palace West Ham. That'll be a good game.
Oh,
Chelsea Liverpool. No, that's actually about it, to be honest.
Chelsea Liverpool. I actually think that Man United Wolves game will be quite interesting.
Potentially, yeah. What do you guys think about Ronaldo storming off the pitch the other day and not even thanking the fans?
Well, like, if we're going to be honest, Ronaldo's been pretty piss poor this year. If we're going to go over the whole season, like, he's done things where, like, United fans have been, I put him on. He's put us. He put us on our back or on his back or whatever. But like, yeah, fine. He's had a couple winners, but he's not exactly been, the crazy Ronaldo that we all know, right?
No,
like,
not at all.
He's got to be doing better.
Yeah, like, I mean, all of them. I mean, Bruno Fernandes looks like as good as John Joe Shelby right now, if we're going to be honest.
Don't he's been talk about John Joe Shelby like that. Put disrespect on his name.
Yeah, Jadon Sancho's been the worst signing of the summer so far. Varane has done. I know he's had injuries, but he's done nothing. Maguire can't be their captain anymore because he's so bad when he plays for their team. Fred and McTominay are somehow that's still their midfield. And yet again they are consistently playing players out of position. Why are you not playing Mason Greenwood as a fucking striker? I don't get it. Like, honestly, the team is so backwards. Like, it's a bit embarrassing. Like, Man United fans must be embarrassed with the shit that's going on at their club right now.
They were spoken about very highly at the beginning of this season, saying they could easily win the league just because the players that they were bringing in, the way everything looked, and like their defense last year was brilliant. But now this year it was
trash. Quietly amazing.
Exactly.
Last year.
And obviously all they've really done is take away Lindelof and replace him with Varane. You think that should do the job, really, but it's all it's done is just get worse.
That game against Newcastle, right? So you know Newcastle. You know they have basically two threats: Saint Maximin and Callum Wilson. So why on earth, if Saint Maximin's playing down the left, why on earth are you not starting Aaron Wan-Bissaka? He might not go forward very well, but he's going to lock up Saint Maximin. There's no way that goal happens if Wan-Bissaka's playing at right back in that game.
They were so unbelievably lucky to get that goal and to get a result or get some sort of points out of that, because quite frankly, they didn't deserve any points from that game. They were awful. Like, Newcastle, awful. For once, actually really outplayed and outperformed United. And I probably will never ever say this again, so clip this if you want. But Joelinton was quite impressive in that game.
Well, he's been playing as a centre mid now, isn't he?
Exactly. He was quite impressive. Oh yeah, fucking sorry, Harry. He was quite impressive during that game, to be fair. But
his new position at like centre mid or whatever it is not actually the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Almiron nearly got a lovely goal as well towards the end. But again, David De Gea seems to be the only one in that United team that's really keeping them anywhere.
Is it just me, or does Almiron look like an 8-year-old boy?
Yeah. I was going to say, Almiron's the weirdest looking guy. Might be one of the weirdest looking guys in the Premier League.
Some sort of liver disease.
He looks like he looks like a rabbit caught in headlights every time he's either ball.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Golomare about him.
Looking at the bottom of the league right now, boys, as we are talking about Newcastle's, Norwich at bottom and 10th, Newcastle 19th with 11, and Burnley 18th with 11. But Burnley have only played 15 games. Yeah.
Well, to be
fair,
my
God. Okay, we
Norwich
have to touch on the
only...
Palace Norwich game after this because they were so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually, and we had a much worse team than we normally put out, and they were bad.
Well, the two teams that are standing out to me at the moment, down at the bottom, are Watford and Norwich. Both lost their last 5 in a row, but there's only 3 points between them. Norwich, if they win their next game, obviously I know Watford have got 2 games in hand or whatever.
Yeah.
But if Norwich win their next game, they could actually be out of the relegation zone.
Oh, definitely.
I thought, definitely. Maybe not because of
Burnley are going to stay up.
Burnley will because they've only played 15.
They always do.
Yeah, they've only played 15 and they've got 4 draws out of their last 5 games. So they're getting points slowly but surely. It's not going to take much for Norwich, I don't think, to get out of that relegation zone. But considering they've conceded 8 goals in the last 2 games, that's not great for them.
Bro, they've conceded as many goals in the last 2 games than they've scored over the entire season so far. They've only scored 8 goals in the season. They've scored 8 and conceded 42.
Fucking hell.
They're on their way to conceding 100 goals this year. I mean, you concede 3 against us. You cannot do that. I'm sorry, you cannot concede 3 goals against Crystal Palace. Like,
Newcastle have conceded the same amount of goals, to be fair, but they've also scored double the amount of goals.
Yeah. I mean, Newcastle. I mean, if you're looking, you played 19 games and you've won 1 of them. You do not deserve to be in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I hope Newcastle. I want it to be Norwich, Newcastle, and Watford that go down. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Burnley stay up just because it's funny having Burnley in the Premier League, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to see Sean Dyche going at Klopp again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who doesn't want to see that? But it would also be kind of jokes if Everton got relegated for the first time ever.
Please.
That won't happen, unfortunately. But
second longest streak in the top division behind Arsenal, Everton.
You'd love to see it.
I love that. But Norwich. We'll talk a bit about Norwich Palace game, I suppose. 3-0 by half time. It was pretty comfortable, to be honest. Norwich, honestly, they look so bad. And I don't know if you guys. Obviously, I told you about the Norwich fan is being investigated, obviously, for racial abuse towards Palace fans, which Obi gets what he fucking deserves and everything. But I did also see quite a funny one, and I don't really get it, but it did kind of make me laugh. There's a video of Norwich fans in the away end singing like "fuck off back to Chelsea" to Billy Gilmore, which is kind of jokes. They really don't like Billy Gilmore. They really don't like him.
He's terrible. He's terrible. I'll back it.
Was that not? Well, yeah, I can only assume it's about Billy Gilmore. Well, I thought it could be about Gallagher, but I don't really know why they'd be shouting that. At Gallagher,
Gallagher wasn't playing.
Yeah, there we go then. Yeah.
I thought Gallagher had COVID, and I've just seen a picture of him out with his missus. So I was like, he evidently hasn't got. I guess he's just getting a rest or something.
Maybe she's got it too.
Maybe, but then they shouldn't be out, should they?
Well, you never know what. Sometimes the footballer's house may look like the outside world.
That's true. That's very true. It was like a big, it did look like a big like changing room type thing, that they were in, like all mirrored wall. It could be their house, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy. We're 11th. Come Christmas, come the New Year, we're 11th. We have the same amount of points as we did last season, but we've got 0 goal difference, which is great. I can't remember the last time we had like level goal. Like this time last year, I think we had like 12 or 13 goal difference, and you can tell by the way we might have the same amount of points, but you can tell the way we're playing and everything like that. We are so much better than we were under Roy Hodgson with Vieira and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We got West Ham is our next game, which is going to be a bit. I don't know. That could be very up in the air. With the way West Ham have been, they've been very susceptible to losing games recently. lost 2 of their last 3, and they drew against us in the obviously the previous game between us. So you never know, man. We could cause a problem for them, but yeah, I think Palace are fine. We're fine. I don't think there's anything to worry about really with us. AFCON could be a bit of a bastard, but we see. Actually, I was saying to you guys, I don't know what you guys think about this, but the way things are going, obviously Wilf has been our guy, but if you're looking at Edouard, depending on who you're playing, Edouard and Ayew have sort of locked down the wings, and I can't believe I was going to say that, but I don't know, it might be hard for Wilf to get back in, especially with the way he's been playing recently. He's not been great. I don't know. That was a bit of a ball fuckery in the Tottenham game. One of them weren't a yellow. Our first one I didn't think was a yellow. The second one was, definitely. You can't react like that and get away with it. The first one I thought was a bit soft considering, I can't remember who it was. It was Oliver Skip, did the exact same thing and didn't get any fucking card for it. And it's John Moss, who is an awful referee. I mean, but he could barely get around the pitch. His fitness was so awful. He could barely make it around the pitch. It was actually quite embarrassing. I don't know. He's got it out for. He's sent Wilf off. I think. Well, Wilf's only been sent off twice in his entire career, but apparently he's one of these guys that is constantly letting Palace down. It's like, what are you talking about? But
we're talking about Willis.
But yeah, I'm happy with how things are going. I think, but if we finish 11th at the end of the season, I think that's where we predict us to finish, right? 11th, 12th.
I think so.
At the beginning of the season, something like that. Yeah, as long as we finish above Brighton, I'm all good. That's all I care about. Who are
1 point
currently
behind them?
They're 1 point behind them. And we've got to play them very soon. I think the 14th of January is the next Palace Brighton game, so that'll be good. But yeah, what else should we talk about here, boys? What else should we talk about? Upcoming fixtures. Should we have a little look at it? Arsenal, Man City, my man.
Yeah,
how are you
just
feeling?
thinking about that. I'm not really too fussed about it, really. Yeah, I'd like to obviously come away with a result, obviously at least a point, but if we lose, I'm not going to be too mad, really. It's City. At the end of the day, you can't really complain too much when you lose against City, especially the fact that we're overachieving at the moment and they're doing what City do, really, and sort of achieving what their normal standard is. So, I'm not going to be too pissed off if we lose to that. It would be nice to get some points. We could definitely get some points. I think we're definitely a very different team at the now compared to at the beginning of the season when we got battered by them 5-0. Obviously, we got man sent off and it went just very horribly wrong. And I don't think it will be the same result. I would be disappointed if we get battered again because I don't think we deserve a battering. But
No.
I'm hoping it's going to be a lot closer and we're going to hopefully walk away with a point. Maybe 3. Who knows?
Yeah,
I doubt it.
I like Arsenal in this game.
Yeah. Pep's come out and said that he's quite concerned about us. He said we're basically the most informed club, other than City, in the league at the moment. So
I feel like when he says that though, they end up winning 4-0.
Oh yeah, of course. He's just trying to play it down. Because if they do lose, then he's just a bit like, okay, we've lost.
And then if they win, it'd be like, oh, we've battered this informed team. Oh, look how good I am.
Yeah.
He's full of shit. He's full of shit. I hate him.
I think hopefully we could walk away with some sort of result out of this, but I don't know. I said that in the last game. In the last game we played after having lost the first 2, and just said, you know what, we'll bounce back and we'll get some sort of result. And we obviously got battered 5-0, but that's not the point.
Yeah, I'm actually just looking on Betfair right now. So I like Arsenal. I might put a little cheeky bet down, but it's only 5-1 Arsenal to beat City.
Fair.
Which is not bad, but I'm like, I don't really know about that. I think I don't know. I've got a feeling that Arsenal are going to get the job done. In some, it doesn't not necessarily mean win, but take some points away from City. Maybe get the win. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, that's the thing. They've only been getting they've got a couple of 1-0 results recently. Obviously, they beat Brentford 1-0 yesterday or whenever it was. Last night they only beat Brentford 1-0. So who knows?
Yeah, and Brentford definitely could have had a goal in that if things had just gone a little bit more their way
100%.
with a bit of luck. But yeah.
So as I said, they're not been sort of destroying people. Obviously, they did beat Leicester 6-3, but obviously they were 4-0 up within 25 minutes, and then it went to 4-3 or something. So
yeah,
they nearly obviously came back. But yeah, I don't know. Hoping for the best.
Yeah, it's talking about Leicester. Do you think their win against Liverpool has saved Brendan Rodgers' arse? Or was he ever in trouble with being sacked?
I don't think he would be in trouble just because he's not been consistently bad. It's coming in spells. They've got 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw in their last 5. So it's kind of even, really.
I think what might have saved him was scoring 3 goals in the second half against City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More so than the Liverpool
True,
win.
imagine...
Although that's obviously pushing on top of that. But I don't know how close he was to being sacked.
Yeah, I just.
But they were in a pretty bad way.
It did look like he was gonna get finished off at least by the end of the season. Like if they had lost 6-0 or whatever to City, that would have been pretty awful, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really believe in Brendan Rodgers that much. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I
think he was not lucky with what he did, what he's been doing with Leicester in the previous seasons, but I think it was fortunate the fact that clubs like Arsenal were on the decline, Tottenham, all these sort of clubs that would be in and around that sort of area have been on the decline over the last few years. So I think he's had that to his benefit. Now, obviously Arsenal are on the up. Tottenham, I'd say they're probably on the up at the moment. They're doing a lot better than they were. They're unbeaten in their last 5, so they're doing a lot better since Conte's come in. Harry Kane scoring again, so things are looking better. And
it's still so boring though.
Oh yeah,
don't they?
Boring as
They're
fuck.
so boring to watch. It's unreal. Like honestly, I don't get I know it's so hard with Tottenham, isn't it? Because it is almost like you could never imagine supporting them. And whenever you see Tottenham fans, I don't know about you guys. Whenever you see Tottenham fans, I'm always a bit like,
unlucky.
That sucks. You know what I mean?
Why do you support Tottenham? My family support Tottenham.
It must suck to support Tottenham because you must everyone just banters you at every moment. Like
people have respect.
And they're not a big team. They're not a big team.
People have respect.
This is the outlier.
For like Arsenal, for their history and stuff like that, and
no
matter
what,
Spurs
have no history.
Yeah, their history is.
David Ginola is their history. Sorry,
and Harry Kane will soon be history.
Yeah, I guess Gascoigne is a bit of their history, but that's about it. I don't know, man.
A couple of first division titles.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. Fair. But this is sort of the outlier, though, isn't it? This last few years of if we're going to be honest, Tottenham being good is not the norm.
No.
If we're going to be honest, is it? Like them title title challenge.
When we were kids, Tottenham and Everton were kind of like the same level, and Villa
and Liverpool.
They're all of them. Yeah, that's true for a while. Yeah, in the old Kenny Dalglish days, Roy Hodgson days.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Arsenal, if we're going back to them, Arsenal have never been as bad as Liverpool were at their worst. Do you know what I mean? Through that whole period of Dalglish and Roy Hodgson, I don't think Arsenal have ever gotten that bad, have they? We've not had any.
I think the teams above Arsenal at the time were better than the teams that were above Liverpool.
Yeah.
Who's
the guys?
Do you remember the teams that Wenger was putting out when we had?
Oh my god!
And we were securing top 4 still. But some of those teams were bloody awful, and we still managed to. Yeah, there were some god awful players in that team, and we somehow still managed to get top 4 every year for 20+ years.
Oh my god! Yeah,
coming forth with like Jenkinson, Giroud.
Oh my god!
I think that is a bit of a
Vermaelen.
I think it's a bit of an underrated thing that's happened. Arsenal being top 4 every year consistently for 20+ years, that's not happened other than Arsenal. I don't think.
I agree. And you look at in the last 2 or 3 years, people thinking like, a lot of fans finally catching up to how tight the owners are, but they aren't like retroactively thinking, oh, Wenger had to put up with this. They always kept the club afloat. A, which most managers don't even handle the finances now.
No.
B, got them in Champions League all bar the last 3 years or something.
Yeah.
Even then, he was getting Europa League and like doing decent runs and stuff. And yeah, not only coming consistently top 4, top 6, but doing it with the shit he had to put on the pitch as well.
Like Bentner and Walcott up top.
Unbelievable.
Like, come on.
Young.
I was just looking like we can't forget that at one point Liverpool's starting midfield was John Joe Shelvey and Jay Spearing.
Bloody hell.
You know what I mean? Like they had John Flanagan, Martin Kelly.
I feel like within a year or two after being in starting Liverpool centre midfielder, Jay Spearing was playing in League Two.
Yeah, let me have a
Ricky
look.
Lambert up top.
Ricky Lambert.
Ricky Lambert.
Yeah, so he played for literally straight after playing with after that first team thing, he just went straight to Bolton. After that season starting with Liverpool's midfield, he went straight to Bolton. That's what you need to know about Jay Spearing. He's one of those faces I'll never forget. Seeing Jay Spearing about it. Yeah, him and John Joe. Wow.
One of the players that reminds me of was when City were on the come up, and Jack Rodwell.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Where is he now?
Dead baller.
He's probably in like the MLS or something. It wouldn't surprise
No, is
me.
he not still at West Brom?
No idea. I lost track of him.
Let me have a look.
He strikes me as someone that would be
He
in
was
the
a
MLS.
Sunderland for a few years, refusing to play but refusing to leave also.
Yeah, that's so typical.
Just American. That was so fun. Did you watch Sunderland Till I Die?
Yeah.
So
funny.
So funny. Yeah, everyone just hated him. He'd turn up and train on his own, just get his paycheck and go. It was so good.
So
I think
insane.
the storyline for the Arsenal All or Nothing documentary is going to be a roller coaster this year, I think.
It'll be good. It's going to be a good one this year.
Yeah, I hope we can obviously maintain what we're doing. But, yeah, very true.
Oh, that's going to be quality. Yeah.
That'd be good. Well, I hope they don't do what they did with Poch in the Tottenham one, where it was kind of just a bit like, we'll just quickly brush over this, and then into Mourinho. Here we go. And that was kind of just very much glossed over. You didn't really see any of the nitty gritty stuff, which is I think obviously what people want to see. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's not actually too bad, and it's a bit of an anticlimax for people. And we're like, oh, okay. But
yeah, I think it'll be fine. If you get top 4, it'll be really good. I think it'll be a really good show. I mean, Jack Rodwell's currently playing for Western Sydney Wanderers.
There we go.
Yeah, what an absolute tin pot guy. Honestly,
he's probably playing with Sturridge in the whatever
the
A-League. Yeah.
Sturridge really fell off the map, didn't he?
He's been in the press recently.
Sturridge?
He's been on the press recently. He lost his dog a couple of years ago. His dog got nicked or whatever.
I thought he's going to have to pay the Don or whatever.
Yeah, and he put out a reward saying, obviously, I'll pay 20+ grand or whatever for the return of my dog or whatever, and all that sort of stuff. And then obviously he's got it back, but he's refused to pay the person. But now he's been ordered by court to pay him, which is fair enough.
Joke. Yeah, maybe don't put stuff out on Twitter.
Well, they should also arrest the person, surely.
I'm not sure if it was the person that nicked him or if they would just said, we found your dog or whatever.
Yeah, that's quite hard to prove, isn't it?
Yeah.
That they nicked it or they've just found it.
Exactly.
But yeah, football, man. Football's like, I feel like football is sometimes like a reality TV show.
Oh, yeah.
All the storylines and all the gossip, all the little pettiness and stuff like that. It's fantastic. We don't really. It feels like this year, less than others. There's not been much pettiness between managers.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, they've not been able to get too into it this year, I don't think.
That's true.
There's still time. We're only halfway through the season.
Yeah,
I can't get a word in, just gobsmailing too much.
That's true. Him and Tuchel
19 managers that can't do anything.
Yeah. I would love. Who do you reckon? Like, so if we put in, just to finish off the podcast, if we had a Royal Rumble of managers, how do you think it goes, boys?
Oh, that might be a content for a whole new episode, mate.
Yeah.
Battle Royale. Just big
Yeah,
free
Battle
for all,
Royale. There we go. A Battle
No
Royale.
holds barred.
Yeah. In Verdansk.
Well, Dice is coming top 3,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
100%. I think like Tuchel goes out early doors.
Yeah, he's very tall and skinny, but I don't think he's got much about him.
It's agility. It's how he can dodge is the question.
Yeah.
Thomas too.
Don't know.
I think who else would go out? Eddie Howe would be out real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eddie Howe would be
Thomas
out real
Frank
quick.
as well.
Yeah.
Talent, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I forget a load of managers in the league. Brendan Rodgers. I reckon Brendan Rodgers would be top 3.
Give it a
He's
go.
nasty.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I think
I reckon his jaw's made of steel as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You know what?
Well,
I'd
Dean
back
Smith.
Vieira to finish quite high.
Well, Dean Smith would give it a good go.
Oh
He
yeah,
would
Dean
definitely
Smith,
give it a
Dean
good
Smith,
go.
Dean Smith.
Gerrard would probably give it.
No,
Solid
Gerrard would be out. Gerrard would be out early doors.
I think it's solid at mid-table. I reckon.
I think this is similar to our conversation in group chat the other day about who do you reckon you could fight or knock out or whatever. Which
I
managers
would
do you
beat
reckon
the
you
shit
could...
out of Thomas Frank. I'm just saying.
Eddie Howe's the only one I'd be confident.
Yeah. Well, I think my comment about Bruno Lage.
Yeah,
He's an unknown. I reckon he would.
he's
I
an
wouldn't
unknown.
try with him. Wouldn't try
No,
it with him.
exactly.
No.
Definitely.
I back my boy Vieira to finish quite high. I don't know if he wins it, but I back him top 10. I think top 5 finish maybe, pushing it.
Yeah.
I think he could definitely. He's a scrappy one. We know from his time in
Graham
playing for
Potter would,
Arsenal. He's a.
Graham Potter would go out quite quickly, I think.
Ooh, maybe Graham Potter's the one that would go out first.
I don't know. I think that the beard would give some protection to the chin. To the
Yeah.
weak
If he
chin.
didn't have the beard,
I think
definitely.
he's got the reach over Eddie Howe as well. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He has got a really unfortunate chin, like a soft chin. Like, thank God he grew that
was
beard.
gonna
'Cause,
say,
he
yeah.
needed it.
So
he
much
needed
better.
it. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I think, Klopp, I reckon, would probably put up a good fight, but I think he'd come probably somewhere mid-table.
yeah, I think.
I was going to say hit his
I
glasses
think he'd
off,
use up
but
too much energy shouting.
true. He'd just be moaning half the time.
He'd probably throw a decent punch, but yeah, he'd overexert himself.
he'd have good excuses for it though.
Whereas Vieira would, decent stamina.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've seen what Vieira's been like playing for
Right,
Arsenal. He held his own against Roy Keane, so you know.
I think Pep might actually.
Oh, how have we not mentioned Pretty Boy Pep?
Yeah.
He's got to be out real
Oh,
quick.
yeah, early out.
Early out, yeah.
Dice should just nut him and then he'd
First out.
You can see dead straight, he'd be like, yo.
He would just squeeze. He'd pop his hat.
Rips his shirt off.
Yeah, just squeeze his whole head with
Like
one
Tyson
hand.
Fury when he comes back up against Wilder. He's like,
Who haven't we mentioned?
Arteta.
Arteta's, I reckon, he's just middle of the
he's
pack.
not gonna do
Arteta.
great.
Yeah.
He's not going to do anything special yet.
No, he would just bite your ankles off.
Conte. I think Conte would be in the corner with a glass of wine enjoying watching everyone scrap.
Yeah, he'd be boring.
He'd be the mob boss in the corner.
That's it. Rafa.
Rafa will be early doors out.
Yeah.
He's getting on a bit.
Moise.
Moise, he'd be
Moise,
out early
yeah.
doors as well. Who's the Watford manager? Ranieri.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be out early doors as well. Or maybe he'd
I
survive a
don't
bit.
think anyone would want to fight him. Yeah.
That's what I'd say, yeah. He'd be in for quite a while because no
Leave him
one would want to hurt him.
Yeah.
Bielsa would be easy.
Yeah, gone early.
Hasenhüttl.
He might
He's
do
a
alright.
bit of an unknown, you know.
Might do
alright.
Yeah, he's a bit of an unknown.
Got that Viking spirit behind him.
But then he has that potential to get his ass kicked like 9-0 twice in 2 seasons. Like he has the potential to go out real early doors.
Yeah. I think that's everyone now we've done.
I think that's
He can take a beating.
that's true. He's got a chin made of steel. So
Very true.
yeah, I don't know. But that's it basically, isn't it? That's the podcast almost done.
Basically.
We're it was a bit of a just off a whim today, guys. We didn't really have too much to say. So I hope if you are listening, you have enjoyed us just sort of chatting shit, especially for the last 5 minutes about who would win in a Royal Rumble. But
For sure. We'll put it in an actual list at some point and post it
Do
somewhere.
a poll.
But here's to Burnley beating United tonight. That'd be nice.
oh yeah, they're playing tonight, aren't they?
Yeah.
I could actually
8:15.
do with. Yeah, I mean United are heavily favoured in this game, but
For for sure.
How have United not lost in their last 5 games? It definitely feels like they've lost in their last 5 games.
Yeah.
I feel like they lose every week, don't they?
Yeah. Weird.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, weird. I don't know. Must be weird being a United fan right now. Just the banter and everything like that. Ralph Rangnick, I mean, I've heard that the players weren't, like, they're not too happy with Rangnick's late night sessions that go on past 5 p.m. And I'm like, oh my God.
Jesus
Must be
Christ.
so
5 p.m.
hard. Must be
Start
so... Yeah, it must be so hard for these multi-millionaires to work past 5 p.m.
And in the winter too, they have to work.
Oh, it's so coldy-woldy out there, isn't it?
Not like they've got.
Little cozy won't cold.
It's not like they've got big heated indoor training grounds and stuff like that
Probably
that they can use.
Yeah, probably got heat under pitch heating and shit like that, most likely. Oh, it's just no sympathy, man. All these players, like the managers, and trying to get sympathy. It's like, shut up! Like, you're not getting it from none of us. Like, we'll back. Yeah, it's like we'll back. As football fans, we do tend to back the whole like. I tend to back the whole players like. Not like I think players are paid fine. Like whatever they get paid is what it is. What it is. Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't. No one moans about musicians or actors or anyone like that getting paid the money they do. And this is entertainment. This is what it is. It's not tax-paying money. Do you know what I mean? Like so, I guess people paid to go see it, but that's not. They don't have to do that.
People pay to go see movies.
Yeah,
people pay to go to
right?
concerts. Like...
Yeah, so it's just it's so that argument is so outdated. But if you want sympathy over little things like that. You're coming to the wrong people. It's not going to happen, I'm afraid.
100%.
And on that bombshell, if you can name the TV show that finishes on that note, give me a shout.
No, don't like it.
No, okay. Oh, you don't? Oh, I love it. The new Amazon specials out now. It's actually pretty
I watched
good.
it. I didn't actually enjoy it that much. I didn't think it was that entertaining.
It was the French one, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were funny in terms of like the driving. Like, I thought that was fun,
but it wasn't.
It was
like
a bit annoying. It
adventure.
was in Wales. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was very much.
Actually, sorry. The bombshell thing is actually a reference to Alan Partridge.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Okay, we'll take that then. It's an Alan Partridge thing. On that bombshell, we're done, boys. Yeah, thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks to everyone for watching, not just today, but all throughout the whole of 2021. It's been, great to talk to you all, and thanks for your continued support. Hopefully through 2022 now we can continue to grow and keep getting better, and yeah, thanks to everyone.
2 podcasts will be coming back at some point in the new year. 2 podcasts a week will be coming back.
2 podcasts will be
in the
coming
new
back
year.
at some point. Yeah.
Mark will be
maybe
coming back, and Bard's coming back at some point.
Maybe not
Yeah.
Mark. Who knows? But...
Maybe not Mark. Yeah.
Not if you're lucky, he won't be.
Yeah, if you're lucky, Mark won't be back next year, but you never know.
Oh, Mark. He is the whipping boy in this group, isn't he? Like that's just how it is.
It's funny how he makes.
So he supports the best team. He has to put up with that.
Yeah. True.
Apart from Arsenal.
Not yet. You still got
a couple of weeks.
He's
got a couple of
weeks, and then you're there. But yeah, thanks everyone. We will see you in 2022. Have a good New Year's Eve, everyone. Make sure to like, subscribe to all the things above us there: Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, Facebook, all that goodness, YouTube, Twitch. Just do it, and we'll see you in 2022. Bye.
Bye.